What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
I actually want to turn subtitles on. I feel like it would be better. Like that. This. Ooh. With the remastered subtitles. Yeah, that looks.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand
just...
what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
All right, wait here.
We need to look around.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
The minimap is really small.
Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me,
He doesn't believe
out,
me.
It's working. Ha ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
She thinks I'm making this up. What a true friend.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Get the keys and get to the car.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Also, is that where we're going? I don't know, that doesn't look too good.
You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof, into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in... That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Obviously, being a Finn and having lived here all my life, the culture is very much part of me, and you know, can't help but to bring in elements of it into my writing. And I think that can be seen in the stories of Remedy games, even starting from the original Max Payne. I mean, there was this huge winter storm that was part of the setting of that game. And it's in other games as well.
I don't know what just happened. I don't know. If I had to guess, that was probably Alan Wake, like the actual guy. But I'm not too sure. Head for Lover's Peak. So that must be the place that we need to go to meet the guy that took Alice. Our wife. I actually still can't get over how good these graphics are. For a game that came out like 10 years ago, this remake looks incredible.
I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
Sounds like someone's shitting themselves.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Visitor center. Oh my god. That just went from like zombies to crows.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like? My plan? You'll make it
Oh
sound
my
a lot more
god.
organized than I ever seem to manage. Oh. No
We
plan.
need to get out of here. We don't have a flare gun. All we have is this flashlight and a revolver. Nice. Try and get around from the back. Can I even get over here? Gotta go back. Or maybe. Parkour, baby. Fucking hell.
Crime and punishment. The Kansas
Isn't that the same thing that came on the TV before?
crimes are impossible.
Yeah, I'm not liking the music either. Lover's Peak. Whoa, what is this? Drop hazard. Nice. Jesus. Thought I saw something. Fallen Rock Zone. Let's check up here. Do not feed wildlife. $100 penalty. Okay. I actually want to see how many manuscripts we've come by. We have a lot of missing pages, actually. Wait a second. Despite Barry's protests, Wake heads out to a midnight meeting with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. I said that so, like, suspensefully. Whoa. Is this the same place as before with all the wood? The logs? No. Can't be.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
What the hell is going on?
Anybody? Help me! Help!
Whoa. Don't want to get electrically shocked.
Anyone! Please help!
I see you, man. I'm coming.
I'm back here.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Okay, so reading the manuscripts helps you understand the storyline, and we haven't read a couple manuscripts in a while, so we might need to get on that.
Finnish culture, Finnish landscape, the nature, I feel has been one way or the other a part of all of Remedy Games' stories. In Alan Wake, obviously, we have light and dark in a strong role, and if we think about the seasons in Finland and the kind of the schizophrenic nature of winters being very dark and summers being all sunshine way into the night, there is an echo of that in the themes of light and dark. The Pacific Northwest landscape, everything is huge, but in Finland, the nature is much more modest. But beyond that, I feel that there are a lot of similarities in the landscape of it. And also,
alright, let's go help him out.
Finland has a lot of small towns with larger than life, quirky characters, and you know, having spent all of my childhood summers in the countryside and in small town settings, it certainly is something.
I don't know what this like audio like cue is.
Part of what should be in this story.
Where'd he go?
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
The hell is that?
Fishing! For those visitors who purchase a park license! Obey!
Oh shit.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
That's right. Take it.
Closer than 25 yards.
Come on.
Leave your head on.
That's right. The hell is that? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to take a read of the manuscript, or one of them at least. How am I meant to get through? Can I go through here? There must be a way down here. We're running low on batteries as well. Oh. Could have just gone straight through.
Still on the Finnish culture, I mentioned the horror movie screenplay I wrote, Undertow, and Anderson brothers, Tor and Odin, being a part of that already.
It's just me going crazy.
Now, that story is set in Finland, and yet we have Tor and Odin as Swedish-speaking Finns in there. Now, we never go into details in Alan Wake on their background, but they just might be Swedes, or they could actually be Finnish Swedes.
Alright, let's take a read of this.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
I don't know which one I want to read or listen to. We'll listen to this one.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."